What's up, people? Yeah, I'm doing two of these back to back. You're gonna deal with it. This is Alexander, obviously. Question that this was a young lady actually that asked me this, and this was a good question. It had to do with setting. How do you set boundaries with people? Another thing I've talked about before. I guess to frame this on a meta level, because we live in a world today, as I always say, because we live in a world in which we are vastly interconnected with each other. There has been a loss of sensibility as to what constitutes healthy boundaries. We can share everything all the time. So if you can post about your life, you can tweet about your life, you can, Facebook and Snapchat and whatever other medium about your life. We can share our lives to a level that we have no real separation, no sense of boundary, no sense of border with what we share, and it's confusing to people. It's confusing, and it gets very muddled because then, when you do want to be private, or you are interacting with people, and you are trying to, establish proper relationships where how you want to be treated, how you want to be respected, how you treat others, you don't really have like I said, you don't have a sensibility of how to go about that in a healthy way. We're so used to sharing everything all the time that when we want to not share, when we want to have, as I said, have those boundaries with people, we can't establish them. We don't know what they are. We've lost the perspective on what those are, and what boundaries are. So, you have to frame it in that way. That's why I said earlier, people, if you are someone where you have discipline, self-discipline in regards to how you live, and you have standards for yourself that you hold yourself to, you're probably going to have standards for others. I have never found it where people have very high personal standards for themselves, but then very weak personal standards for other people. It doesn't go together. The way that you do one thing is how you do everything. Similarly, and both related, if you are a person that you execute discipline across all areas of your life, and I don't necessarily mean the militaristic sense, but you're disciplined in what you consume, how you behave, what your habits are, what your rituals are, what your daily routines are, how you're disciplined in overall how you live your life, where there is structure to it. If you live that way, that creates boundaries of in itself. Your life has its own representative boundaries. If you don't have any self-discipline, and you don't have a sense of self-respect, and you don't have any sense of standards for yourself that you hold yourself to, where you can say, these are my ideals, these are my virtues, these are my morals, these are my principles, these are my tenets, this is my code. If you have none of that, well, then it's very, very likely you're not going to have boundaries with anybody, because you don't have any with yourself. The boundaries, the external boundaries that you set with other people, are the internal boundaries that you set up inside your own soul. So if you want to establish boundaries and have healthy boundaries, what does that mean, have healthy boundaries? Healthy boundaries means that you have relationships that are positively transactional, where people are, hopefully honest with each other, and you relate to each other on a level where there's not a distraction where you feel like you're being used or you're using somebody. It's a healthy relationship. Healthy relationships go both ways. That's a healthy relationship. Relationship that goes both ways, it will have healthy boundaries. It works. One-way relationships, or used relationships, whether you're the one using or being used, yeah, no kidding, that's unhealthy. But probably the biggest trap for people in creating healthy relationships, since I'm usually the people that ask this question, usually the people that ask me this question are always people that are being used by other people. So how do I set boundaries with people? You have to be able to say no to things, and that's saying no both to your own vices and your own bad behavior, and saying no to your own ill habits, and saying no, I'm not going to be that kind of person, and then that extends out to saying no to others. If you can't say no to yourself, and you are trapped by your own thoughts and your weak emotions, and you say things that make you weak, and you beat yourself up emotionally, but at the same time you don't have any standards for how you act, does it surprise you then that people take advantage of you? Of course it shouldn't surprise you, because you take advantage of yourself essentially all the time. You can't say no to anything, and subsequently, by saying yes to everything, nothing is fully done. So if you want to set your life up where you have the boundaries, like you keep asking me, how do you do that? You got to be able to say no. Power of no. That's the power of no. At the same time, what you say yes to also means that you simultaneously have to say no to a lot of things. So, it's kind of paradoxical. The people that can't say no to anything are also the people that never say yes to anything either. It's easier the more you do it. Of course, everything's easier the more you do it. It's how you live your life. Everything is always how you live your life. So if I have to, summarize that real fast, be able to say no, learn how to say no, and then learn how to say yes. That was deep. You're welcome. Any questions on this, guys? This is probably a subject you could talk about for hours on end, since there's endless examples of it. But, you know, on yes, I said, you know, on the deep levels you just said, what do you say yes to? What do you say yes and no to yourself? And then look around you at how that's reflecting your relationships with others. Any thoughts? Are we good? Yeah, this is branching amino acids. How to deal with toxic family members you live with? Don't talk to them that much. Limit the communication and just establish rules for how you speak to them. You also have to, you know, this is going to sound very blunt, but you have to learn how to not just give a fuck about them. You know, not that you stop loving them, but their words, they just don't mean shit. They don't mean anything to you. If you know they are how they are, and they're not someone where you ordinarily would really want them in your life, you know, but they are family, well, then, you know, you have to, here's some cotton mouth. You know, you have to accept the fact that, you know, the words they speak and things they say, worthless. How do you set boundaries with a sibling? Very strong. You have to be strong back. People that have, if anyone that has a strong personality or that, you know, they intrude upon boundaries, you have to meet force with force. That's how that works. You know, the difficulty, of course, is that just can come very unnaturally to people. If you're more of a passive personality, you're nice, you're accommodating. You know, women a lot of times have this problem. Not a lot of men too today. A lot of guys today have absolutely no sense of boundaries at all. Weirdly enough, you know, this is one of the characteristics of being soy. But you know, you have to meet strength with equal strength. So, you know, if someone, you know, if their way of being is that they can readily, you know, run you over, you're going to have to run them over back, or at least halt them in that way. Yeah, it actually has been interesting that I think about. I've had a. Is there a way to strengthen your ability to say no to others? You have to say it. Is there a way to strengthen your? Yeah, say it. It's not about. What is the way to strengthen it? You do it. You do it. You have to live it out. We usually end up in a huge fight, and then you do. Yeah, that's. Yeah, that comes down to yourself. If you're gonna, you know, if you have that kind of sibling relationship where you just do not get along with each other, you know, it's either you have to acquiesce to their personality, you know, and just, you know, bear them being overbearing, or it's going to be a fight. And it's going to be a fight. You can avoid a fight and diffuse it in some sensibility where you just say, we're not having this conversation. Then this means minimizing the relationship, so. That sexy child. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's probably a bot or a troll. I'm going to guess. They always pop up for some reason. Anything else, ladies and gentlemen? Cali Cat. I'm good. What are you training today? Today is abs and shoulders. Let's call it that. I just don't have much contact with her. Yeah, that's just how it goes. Today's legs. Good luck to you, my dear. Good luck to you. I followed. Good girl. All right, people. Good talk. Talk to y'all again. I'm going to go train. Adios.